A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to TV shows that deserve the spotlight. And now, I get the feeling you're probably going to want me to cover more older series. Well, I feel like that right about now, in the same way that I was able to talk a bit about Dragon Ball Super and the potential that it could have for the future if done right. Why don't we get to talk about a prequel series that's been going on since 2017? Young Sheldon. That's right, this is one of those series that has been carrying on since that very point, and it doesn't look like it's going to go away anytime soon. Unless, of course, in the same way that they were able to make The Big Bang Theory last for so long, I'd say this probably could have some kind of similar longevity in its lifespan, unless they find a way to potentially make it even better. Either way you look at it though, this has been quite a ride. With several seasons to work with based on the current episode count, I'll be completely honest. I'd say with the first 3 seasons alone, they actually did a pretty good effort of giving us a potential storyline that eventually would lead into the Big Bang Theory. A means of supposedly transitioning from the point where Sheldon Lee Cooper himself first became quite a big brainiac, to the very point where he would eventually become that big part of the group of friends that he was involved with in the Big Bang Theory. Of course, we know for the fact that Ian Armitage, the child actor who plays Sheldon Cooper himself in Young Sheldon, as opposed to the likes of the Sheldon that we've all known and loved from the Big Bang Theory. For the record though, Eric actually did play Sheldon, mostly as a voiceover or narration if you will, basically detailing various points in his life. And the fact is that this prequel series actually does take in a lot of big elements from Sheldon's life that weren't necessarily highlighted all too well. Of course, we could talk a bit about the fears that he's had. Fears including the likes of peach fuzz, and then of course there was that point where he accidentally choked on a sausage, thus leading to him having fear of solid foods, which eventually led to him having a more liquid diet. Or we could even talk about the fact that it took him a while to make friends, but according to the Dewey Decimal System, which is supposed to be a philosophical effort as a means to help obtain friends in consecutive ways possible. That's how he would in fact find his own friends. But as I've said before though, the less said the better. Lots of episodes currently exist across lots of seasons, and being that supposedly we won't be seeing this show die out anytime soon, I seriously doubt I'll be able to cover everything that goes down. I mean, it's not like with a lot of other long-running shows that have been going on, like The Simpsons, or Family Guy, or Bob's Burgers, or even Motor Week. Oh man. I mean, there's just a ton of ideas here and there, lots of things that I could possibly expand on, and lots of other ideas that I could potentially latch onto, but there's only so much that I can get to at once. Otherwise, there's just not entirely whole lot more to deal with. But as I've said, almost everything will be impossible to cover, yet I do feel some other moments ought to be mentioned. Sheldon gets a computer, Sheldon breaks a fridge, and so on and so forth. So I guess that is pretty much all I would have to say on this part. Lots of these things have been rather short and timid and somehow even less than convincing. But because of my extremely estranged schedule at this point, after all, I've got work outside of this work. And it just so happens a big promotion has taken place, leading to extreme responsibilities elsewhere. And so, of course, along with my other jobs, I do hope to make this a bigger priority in life. But I don't see that happening for a while. Until then, though, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me wherever you can find me, and stay on the Hollywood side if you'd like to see more.